let's be real, a food defense plan is absolutely critical. But a plan that's just sitting on a shelf? Well, that protects absolutely no one. It's just a false sense of security. So how do you take that plan from paper and put it into practice to actually keep your food safe from intentional harm? That's exactly what we're going to break down today.
So let's kick things off with the most important question you can ask. Is your plan really working? See, way too often, there's this huge gap between what a plan says you should be doing and what's actually happening on the facility floor. We call that the execution gap. And today, we're going to show you exactly how to close it for good.
So what's the bridge across that gap? It's all about monitoring. And as it says right here, monitoring isn't passive. It's the active verification that your controls, the locks, the logs, the alarms, are all working correctly, day in and day out. It's the difference between just hoping your system works and actually proving it does. Okay, let's dive right in with our first section. We're going to start with the foundation, what we're calling the human-powered layers. These are the essential hands-on techniques that really form the bedrock of any solid food defense system. We're breaking this down into two simple but super powerful steps. First, you've got to document the routine using checklists and logs. And second, you have to inspect the physical environment with your own two eyes through visual checks. You put those two together and you establish what's really happening on the ground. First up, checklists. And seriously, do not underestimate the power of a good checklist. By tracking all those routine but totally vital tasks, like security rounds or cleaning protocols, they create this undeniable, documented trail. It shows you exactly who verified a control and precisely when they did it. Now, right alongside checklists, you have your logs. But here's the thing. The real power isn't in any single log. It's in how they all connect. Do your visitor logs actually match up with the key issue logs for a sensitive area? Does a weird gap in the security round log happen to correspond to some other unusual event? A discrepancy like that isn't just a clerical error. No way. It's an immediate red flag that you have got to investigate. Okay, so we've got the paper trail. Now we need to make sure it matches reality. And that's where visual inspection comes in. This is your absolute first line of defense against any kind of physical breach. It's about catching those tangible signs that something is wrong before it spirals into a real crisis. So what should your team actually be looking for? Well, this list hits the key points. Are any tamper-evident seals broken? Are all the doors, windows, and fences totally secure and intact? Are ingredient storage areas properly locked down? And maybe most importantly, is there anything that just looks off? This is where that human intuition is just priceless. You see, the really crucial point here is how these two layers support each other. Your checklists and logs create the documented proof of what should be happening, and then the visual inspection confirms the physical reality of what is happening. Together, they establish your ground truth. You can't have one without the other. Now that we've established our human-powered foundation, it's time to move into Section 2, finding the digital proof. This is where we see how technology can build on that foundation to give us objective, totally undeniable evidence. Our first technical layer is something called functional testing. And this is a really key distinction. We're not just talking about checking to see if a device is turned on. We are actively testing its specific security function to prove that it works exactly as it was designed to, especially when you need it most. So what does that look like in the real world? Well, it means periodically triggering your alarm systems to make sure they actually notify the right people. It means grabbing a deactivated access card and trying to swipe it to confirm that, yep, the reader rejects it. These kinds of tests are the only way to be absolutely certain that all your expensive security gear will actually perform under pressure. All right, our final technique is all about diving into that massive data trail that our modern systems create. We're talking about technology-assisted monitoring. And it's not about just letting data pile up on some server somewhere. It's about actively auditing that data to hunt for clues and confirm that your facility is truly secure. So where do you even look? The two most powerful sources are your CCTV footage and your electronic access system logs. Reviewing camera footage is great for verifying procedures are being followed, but the access logs, they provide something even more powerful, objective proof. And this, right here, is the heart of it. This data gives you objective, indisputable proof of who entered a specific area and the exact time they did it. There's no ambiguity, no he said, she said. It's a digital record that can either verify or completely contradict what the paper logs say. This slide just lays out the difference between our two tech layers perfectly. Functional testing is proactive. It's asking, hey, does our equipment work? But tech-assisted monitoring is retroactive. It's asking, okay, what actually happened here? And you absolutely need both. So, we've covered our 4 key techniques. For our final section, let's bring it all home. This isn't about picking one technique over another. It's about weaving all 4 into a single cohesive defense strategy that's stronger than any one part. I want you to think of it like you're forging a vigilance shield with 4 interconnected layers. You've got the record from your checklists and logs. You've got the sentry in your visual inspections. You have the proof from your functional testing. And you have the audit from your tech-assisted monitoring. See how that works? Each layer masterfully covers the potential weaknesses of the others. And that right there brings us to our ultimate takeaway. Effective monitoring isn't just some task you check off a list and forget about. No, it's a state of continuous vigilance. Consistently applying these 4 layers is how you truly protect your product, your people, and your brand. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Looking at these 4 layers of your own vigilance shield, which one is the weakest right now? Be honest with yourself, because identifying that weak point, that is the first and most critical step to turning your plan into a reality that truly protects.